Hi everybody, this is Susie and welcome to Susie Crafted Designs. I like to, oh, am I showing there? I'm sorry. Okay, I was thinking, I had an idea. I don't know if anyone's ever did this before on YouTube, but it just came to my head because I'm in the middle of making a project. And the problem with me is that when I'm making stuff, I gotta set everything up exactly the way I want it. The flowers, the laces, the pictures, the trims, whatever they are, I have to set it all up before I go ahead and adhere everything, because I try to get an idea, especially when I start sketching it out and I wind up getting into layers. I just want to make sure as I'm going along I have exactly what I need. So what I wanted was, I wanted to make some type of lace corset. My friend Esme, hi Esme, she sent me a beautiful gift last week. I made a video of it, of a vintage, beautiful, gorgeous corset lace. It's very large, and I have something very special in mind to make it, which it's not going to be what I'm working on right now, but I needed something smaller and something that I can use it on. I was thinking, well, I wish that I had a piece of corset, something like that, but narrower and smaller so I can use it on this project. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I came up with. I haven't actually tried it yet, so this is live in the making. And here's what you'll need. You'll need some kind of seam binding. It can be this brand, the Hug Snug, which I got mine on Etsy like, I don't know, 3 years ago, and you can't even get rid of it. And the color I'm using is Cameo Beige. It's a beautiful color, absolutely gorgeous, one of my favorites. And I don't know, I think this is like $9.99 at the time. And if you go on Etsy and look up seam binding, you'll find lots of beautiful seam bindings from so many different people that they make their own vintage and so on. And then I have a piece of lace. This is such a beautiful lace. This was white, but what happened was we've been going through my mother-in-law's things recently, and we wound up finding some lace that was in a suitcase, believe it or not. And this lace was like whatever it was laying against dyed a piece of it purple, and the rest of it was white. It had a little bit dirty here, so I thought that I would throw it in some avocado mix that you boil water with the avocado and then you throw. I had let it sit overnight, and it changed the color ever so slightly with a very tinted hinge of a faint buff pink color. So I figured, well, you know what, I'm going to just play around with this. So for those of you, I would say probably about, oh, I don't know, 2.5 to 3 inches, like the size of your forefinger, would be the width, what I'm going at to make my own corset-looking type of, if you want to call it that, trim for my project. So I'm just going to share that with you. And you can get this at any, probably in a craft store, but I got this plastic with a large eye needle at a local fabric store which closed down, but you can buy them anywhere, and they come like 2 or 3 in the package for like $1.99. And you're going to take your seam binding, and I mean, you can certainly use like a regular needle like this here, and you know, make a few turns on it with a thread and use that, but I didn't want anything that's really going to poke me, and I need something thick enough that's going to be able to pull the seam binding through. And you're just going to pull it through as if you're threading a regular needle, but you're going to thread it with the seam binding. And I was so excited when I thought of this. I don't know if anyone's ever done it on YouTube, but I just figured I would go ahead and record my thoughts. So what I'm going to do is, if you could follow me along if you like, I'm going to thread this all the way through and make this some type of corset looking trim. So I don't know if I should go on both sides. I'm gonna just wing it. I was going to do it straight up and down the center. If I don't like how it looks, I'll change it to the other way I was thinking. So you're going to just, if you'd like to just follow me, you can, with a piece of trim that you have that's wide enough to play with. That has some holes in it, of course, because I'm going in whatever holes that I can see here that's on this lace. Okay. And it's really going through with no problem at all. I'm hoping that you can see me clear enough. And I don't want to tear anything because This is a really very pretty lace, and I do have some more of it. I try, you know, it belonged to somebody. I cherish it, not that I'm hoarding it to keep it forever. I probably will. I mean, but at some point you have to use it, right? You can't leave it lay there until one day it's horrible in color, or you just give it away, or you don't want to craft anymore. I hope that's never me, but I don't think so. I've been doing stuff like this since I'm a little girl. See, I'm hitting a spot now where there's no, okay. So now I'm just going to pull this through just so we could see what's happening here. And I really like the idea of using the seam binding because it's kind of fabric-y and soft and silky. If you don't have it, I mean, I'm sure that a nice piece of ribbon, maybe a 1/4 inch wide, a little more, would fit through there, you know, through whatever trim you want to try it on. So I don't know if you can see this, but the lace is going through. And what I did was I left the other end connected to the roll. So I don't know how much I'm going to need, and I don't want to get short on it. So I just left it connected, and I can deal with it when I'm finished. And that's one thing about me when I craft. I just go at it. I can't, I don't know, I just go by my mistakes in the end. Sometimes I can't plan it. I just got to wing it. I know there's a lot of you out there probably just like me. So you see? Okay, so now you can tell that the seam binding is kind of crinkled in there. That's okay right now, but I'm probably going to, as I'm using this, I'm probably going to straighten it out. But I don't know if there'll be enough room to straighten it out. We'll see as we're going along. Okay, I'm going to finish up the rest of this. Hopefully, I'm just going to pull out this piece here because there's the double piece that lays over this piece here. See? I just didn't want it to get in my way. Okay. So, I really don't do a lot of chatting and things like that. I know there's a lot of you that talk up a storm while you're crafting, and I love it. I love watching you guys, you know, craft and talk at the same time. However, I get really into what I'm doing. Sometimes I just get too serious. I don't know why. I guess I was like that from when I started painting when I was a kid. But sometimes I don't talk, and even though it's nice to just keep going instead of being silent. But my life has been very hectic lately, and every time it comes time for Suzie, for something for me, the problem is that I hate to say everyone else comes first, and that's not even by a choice. I don't know if it's my good heart that takes over, and I gotta do something for somebody else, and it's not that I don't want to, but now it's coming to a point where I'm like, hold on a second here, Molly. You know, it's like I need to say, wait a minute! That's my other crazy voice. You guys never saw the crazy side of Suzie. I'm thinking of bringing that into my crafting too, to tell you. See, I'm by myself right now in the house, so I can go nuts. My husband's not here. He's not going to hear me. And so anyway, but I need to really, my father-in-law was in a nursing home, and he's coming back home, and there's been a lot of stuff going on to try to make things right for him to move into the apartment in his house below him, which is ground level. So that's how this lace came into play, because it was found as we were cleaning up. And so I'm inheriting some furniture, and I'm going to refurbish. Well, I don't know about doing both chairs, because to refurbish one chair is $500, and that's like a huge amount of money. I mean, some people are telling me, oh, why don't you just go buy a brand new chair? The other pieces of the furniture is on my Facebook page, actually. It's all really vintage, like, I don't know, 50 years old. It has to be at least 50 years old or a little bit more. I'm getting my mother-in-law's dresser with 2 end tables and an unbelievably beautiful lamp. One lamp, it looks like a Marie Antoinette deal, but the other lamp is from Floor about 6 feet tall. It's 2 pieces, and it's a lady holding 2 children. I've never seen anything like it. It's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm rattling up a storm over here. Isn't that great? Okay. So now I just come to the very end of this where I don't think I should have kept that purple in there. Maybe I can always cover it with something. Alright. So now you can see that I can either use this just the way it is, which this is really pretty, isn't it? I love that. But my intention here was to make this a corset piece. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I laid this against the project that I was working on, and it's so beautiful. I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's so beautiful what I have in my mind, but how it comes out in the end, who knows? So we'll see what happens. But okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this piece out. I'm going to cut off a big piece of this seam binding, and now I'm going to go on the other side. So this is really fairly easy for those of you who might want to try it, and I hope that maybe you can, if you do, you can tag along my tutorial video here on your page. If it's okay with you, it's great with me. So, what are we listening to? I have no, oh, this is from The Mirror Has Two Faces. Love that song. Okay, I'm changing it. I like listening to music when I craft, and sometimes if it's really late at night, I craft in total silence. So here, as you can see again, I'm just really going in and out like a running stitch with the, oh, I like this song, with the plastic needle. So much easier than working with a regular metal needle, because I would have poked myself a million times already, and I wouldn't have been able to get this big of a piece through so easily. Easily. There it is. Okay. I'm not going to sing because then you won't watch my video. Trust me. Okay. So here we go. Now I'm going through this again. I would like to give a shout out to some of my friends. I'd like to give a shout out to Esme, and I have some of my friends, Jen and Gail and Violet and Patrizia. Hi Marnie, I know you watch my videos. Marion. Hi, Marion. She makes bridal gowns. She's such a sweetie. I know her for such a long time. It's several years that we've been friends. And Bathsheba and Laura and, oh goodness, I don't want to forget anybody, but it's just a little shout out. I'm just saying hi to you guys. So, just trying to get through to this because I really don't want to make you guys annoyed and seeing me do this. I don't even know how to do that speed up thing. Does anybody, I see videos, I love it, when, you know, you're just doing it to music and or there's like a speed up part. I have an Apple computer and I've got it loaded, but I don't know how to do the speed up thingy. I haven't really, I don't know. I need to sit down one day and just play around and get the feeling of the iMovie and all that other stuff that's there. I use the iMovie now pretty much, but I don't get into the crazy part of it. That's a lot more fun than the boring side. Okay, so now I'm getting towards the end. This is quite a long piece of lace, and I'm sorry if I bored anybody, but at least we got a chance to chit-chat just a little bit, and you can see me how I'm doing this tutorial and how, you know, how long it's taken me and how it's coming along as we're going. Now what we have is a running stitch on both sides, and I kind of stayed about 3/4 a half inch away maybe from the end of the fabric, and leaving that gap in the center because I want it to look like a corset. Okay. So I only hope YouTube lets me upload this now because there's music in the background. And sometimes when there's music playing, they don't let you upload. I don't know. Do any of you guys like to dance? Oh my God. Before I got married, I was heavily into the dance scene. I used to go to a lot of clubs in Manhattan and Long Island. I won a lot of dance contests for freestyle, and I used to really be some dancer, like a rubber band. I miss it. I mean, not that I can't anymore like that. It's just for certain reasons I just don't do the dancing. So sometimes I close my eyes and I dream about the way it used to be. And I have a lot of records too. I got like 12, something like, what is it, about 2,000 12-inch singles. Okay, now I know you guys think I'm nuts. Here we go. I used to be like the disco queen years ago. Alrighty then, here we are. Okay, now this was the actual look that I was going for. I was looking for a very shabby chic Victorian type of look. I'm hoping that you can see what I see. This color matched off so well. For those of you who have the cameo beige, because I think that Wild Orchid Crafts also sells that color. So if you can't buy the big roll, you can go over there and get it. And just to give you an idea of how it looks, that corset type of the trim. I'm just going to take out the needle for a second, just to try and give you an idea of where I'm going here with this. So I'm tying a bow at one end. And I was thinking that I may just like make this like vintage to crinkle up the seam binding once it's in there, just like wet the edges and crinkle it up and let it dry. Or I don't want to dry it with a dryer because it may shrink the lace. Oh, that's really adorable. And you don't need to use a piece this long if you don't want to. So, and I'm sure that if I cut this in half, that I'll have two pieces just like this. But I'm not going to do that. Okay. And if you look, I kind of like got the, basically in the same areas for threading, so it's almost even, the gathering part. So I'm just going to cut that piece of seam binding. And tie a bow here. I'm not cutting this piece of seam binding yet because I may use it for something on here. So I just don't want to cut it yet, but you can see how it came out. So this is kind of like your own piece of handmade corset lace trim. You can certainly, if you want to add anything to it, what you can do is possibly, you know, sew on or use some fabric tack to keep it soft so it doesn't get hard. You can add like a few scattered pearls if you want to down the center. If you do not want to have the corset exactly like this here, you can put it right down the center and just crinkle it that way. There's so many different ways to do it, and just to show you, I was going to pull it through just to see how it would look. Hope that you can still stay along with me here. I really want to show you this. But say for example, if that's like a little too long and I want to shorten it some, you can certainly shorten some of it like this. And you can, you know, have like a shorter piece like this here, which you can actually wear it like as a neckband or something like that if you want to wrap it around your neck. Or even, wow, look at that, I got a whole new idea here. Or wrap it around your wrist and wear it just like that and really do it up big time with embellishments and pretty things to sew on there and wear it like that. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, there's idea number 2, but I'm not using that right now. I'm using this as a corset. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to crinkle up these pieces here, and I'll tie my bow very pretty, and I'm going to use this on the side of my project that I'm going to be making. It is not a DT project, it's just a Suzie project. So I hope you like it, and thank you so much for tuning into my tutorial on how to make your own corset piece of trim. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.